to win this division. And they just keep blowing games.
Man, it's wide open. You see the Tennessee Titans' new stadium? That bad boy sweet. I'm gonna make a couple trips down there once that open. Tennessee ain't too far from us.
About 8 hours.
It ain't that long.
Or about 6. Like almost to ride to Chicago.
I ain't never been to Chicago. I know you ain't nothing long to you since you got some on your forehead, I think. You good.
Hey.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm weak. Nah, because I guess that road trip was something vicious.
I don't think I could ever.
Yeah, never again.
All right, you boys are live on YouTube.
All right, what up, world? We live at the moment. As we speak, we live.
Yep.
Cameras see us. Wow. AFC South is trash.
But you're a little quiet.
AFC West, AFC East is actually the most interesting one. The Jets is actually 5-2. See, like,
Who's gold, man?
it's not, bro. They really went out there
One, they just lost the running back. He's gone.
and they just traded for James Robinson.
And so is James Robinson really supposed to be that key saver that they really
It's
want
not.
to be?
It's not that he's a saver.
Well, I guess
Like,
he's
that's the
gonna
wrong
fill-
word to use.
Is he gonna fill in the role of? That's what he just supposed to be doing.
Yeah, because Brees Hall was definitely looking like he could have been offensive rookie of the year. I mean, but
Do you trust Zach Wilson?
no, nobody trusts Zach Wilson. That's the thing.
So,
But trust him to do what? Make the playoffs? Not blow it? What's their schedule look like?
they got the Pats, they
I
got
trust
the
him
Bills, they got the Pats again, they got the Bears. That's the next four games.
I definitely trust him. When do they play the Dolphins? Because I don't think they played Miami yet. And if they haven't played Miami yet, then
I mean, they play them twice. Of course.
exactly. So that'll help them out a lot. So we only live? Are we live on Facebook too?
Just YouTube. I'm gonna set up the Facebook stream now.
All right.
They played the Jets the last game of the season, and they played them on the 9th. They already played them.
That might be playoff seed. Yeah.
They beat Baltimore, right? And they beat Buffalo.
So the North is going to have two teams make it to the playoffs. The East, the West. I don't know, man. The Chargers keep pissing me off. I don't like their coach and Justin Herbert. Guess what Justin Herbert record is? 500. You know who a 500 quarterback that they make jokes about? Kirk Cousins. But you know who they say that this young phenom and can't win a game? I don't know, I guess, some people still take Justin Herbert over Kirk. I would too, but you get the point. The defense was struggling anyway, but they might, be fighting for the 7th spot, 7-6 spot maybe. Because I think that AFC East definitely can have 2 to 3 teams make it. I don't think the Jets and the foes because that defense is legit. What's my man's name? Head coach from your guys? Robert Saleh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got that defense right. And Sauce Gardner is already arguably the best corner in football. But it's wide open. The Ravens gonna win the North. Bills. Tuesday.
Just Paul Brown Stadium. Just like you said, I'm a hard 513 Bengal fan, but you about to trample all over me, sacks and all that. Nah, sprinkle me in the ocean.
All right, big. You had some deep sea fishing. Catch a big marlin. Toss you out
No,
there, something
man,
like
bury
that.
me in butt.
I'm
All
serious.
right, well, there we go. We got two non-sports venue answers, so.
Quarterback is literally the most important position.
I understand
But
that.
he's not sold on Russ, and that. So why aren't you sold on Russ? Tell me that. Last 2 years,
Is it because of
Man.
Pete Carroll?
I mean, it hasn't
he's
been.
been
He got us
slumping.
thinking DK really that dude.
Russ has not looked like
I
himself
think he
for the last 3
relied
seasons.
more on that Legion of Boom defense, and then he's going to do the same
early
thing here
on,
in
of
Denver.
course.
What has he done with what Tyler Lockett? Like, I mean, what has he really done
People
to
know who Tyler
solidify
Lockett
himself?
is because of us.
I'm not sold on, man. I mean, y'all want to go high
I
on
mean, he
Russ?
made the playoffs his first 8 years in a row. He won 10 games a season every year for the first 7 seasons or something, like things that
He's a
nobody's
winner,
ever
man.
done.
Games is different.
I've been said that.
So, but you guys have never given me that. So that's why that game turned out how it did between the Bears and the Lions, because we didn't just blow them out because it's a divisional game. But we got the dub, and that's all that mattered. See how you set that up? That's what's up, man. Hey, welcome back to We Are Live, and that's Debaytable. Sorry for the late show. Technical difficulties. We now back on Facebook too, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Facebook, YouTube, wherever you find us at, on your local listings, on your local cable provider.
There you go.
You could just plug the stat. But what up, man?
You should be good to go.
All right, you know what quick Buckeye talk.
Yeah, hit me with it.
All right, man. Buckeyes look good. Defense is strong. CJ knows how to bounce back from his mishaps. And before, maybe he kind of looked like he would have folded, but he don't curl up in his tent no more. Now he just get that thing rolled up and get it smoking.
Dang. That was the abbreviated version. My abbreviated version is, once you have a guy that ain't playing as well, which ain't too many guys that's not playing well for the Buckeyes, but it's good. You can really see that depth chart really working when you see my guy Fleming is stepping up, when Marvin Harrison maybe wasn't having his best game, when Ibuka wasn't all the way stepping in. I mean, it just seemed as my man Fleming was right there, key on the spot at that moment. But the Buckeyes look good, and they're going to keep rolling. They got Penn State coming up, and they just can't, take them lightly, because each and every weekend somebody's looking to knock off the top dog. So go into the Nittany Lions and take them serious, but continue to take care of business the same way they have. So the defense going to stand strong. The defense really been looking good, man, each and every week.
Arguably best in the country, but
Second
That's
best,
debatable.
actually.
second best, actually.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
number 2 right now.
Behind who? Georgia? I don't know. I'm just throwing out a team.
I don't remember who it was,
Like,
but
who could be the best team? Best defensive team in the nation. I don't know, but that's good. I mean, a top 3 offense, top 3 defense.
That's a long way from where we came from. I believe it was ranked 55 last year.
59th. We was ranked 59th.
To number 2. So, hey, the boys gonna keep balling, keep on shining. That run game gonna step up. It ain't too much more we can ask for from the Buckeyes, man. Keep on doing y'all thing, man.
What's going on with this?
All right. There you have it. Buckeyes win big.
54 to 10.
54 to 10. They did cover the spread.
Something went wrong.
God dang. On the Facebook stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that either. But we're up on YouTube, live and rocking and rolling.
Well, I just sent this thing to a whole bunch of people.
Facebook's not rolling.
Uh-huh.
Well, what the hell?
He said, I don't see nothing, but yeah. All right, it's all good. If
Transfer over to YouTube. Go to Yamo Media. Click on that on YouTube. You find us right there. You can't find us on Facebook. Find us on YouTube.
They're not gonna see that, bro.
I'm swapping it. I'll just.
Because they can't think, they can't hear. But
Huh?
it's all good.
It's killing me, dudes.
As long as the
One
YouTube-
thing after
last week we couldn't get YouTube. As long as we got the YouTube.
You guys excited for the World Series?
Oh yeah.
You even because you know
Yankees didn't they get swept?
Got swept. Phillies, Astros. Got the power of the bats. My man Bryce Harper. Bryce in that?
Yeah, he plays for the Phillies. Bryce Harper is the odds-on favorite to win. Him and I had the other number. Yordan Alvarez are MVP favorites. So I'm excited. Go Phillies, right?
Go Phillies for sure.
I mean,
Yeah. Hopefully they could get the championship.
to hell with the Astros.
Beat so the Eagles won't. I don't know, or maybe or you think it'll spread? No, it ain't gonna
It ain't gonna spread, man. The Phillies is
It ain't gonna spread.
Phillies got a long way to go. Ain't gonna take nothing away from them boys, but still a lot of season to be played for.
You talking about the Eagles, right?
Correct.
All right, man. So we late. Let's get into it. Straight like that. High school football. Now, there was a 3-way tie in the South last week. So shout out to the Man Franklin did lose. Where'd it go? You know, Weststone beats Centennial 31-14. Eastmore beats Afrocentric 26-14. Briggs beats West 58-0. South beats Marion Franklin 28-16. South beating Marion Franklin is how they got their this is, like I said, this is a 3-way tie between South, Marion Franklin, and I High for the City League South Division. And all 3 teams will be playing in the playoffs this weekend. So shout out to those teams. Marion Franklin is at Marion Franklin is at Bishop Ready. Washington is at South. And Canal Winchester is at I High. And those are the 3 champs of the South Division. Then we got Vinton County at East. And Northland at Watkins Memorial. Beechcroft at Bloom Carroll. Shout out to these 3 teams from the North and the South that get to represent the city in the playoffs. Hopefully one of these teams could bring home the trophy and get it done. But shout out to them young men. Shout out to them young men. My Eastmore Warriors. They had a nice playoff run last season. This year, no playoffs. Sorry for the seniors who, didn't get to have that experience. But my senior year, I lost my playoff game. I didn't get to go as good as I thought it to go. But it is what it is. Everybody get to move on. Shout out to the Warriors. Always shout out to the Warriors. It was a rough season for Hartley, too, though, wasn't it?
Hartley it was a decent season, but they still rolling. They're going to be on the road this week. They're going to New Lexington, and they took a loss.
They made the
This
playoffs.
past week, they did make the playoffs.
Wow.
The seating has changed in high school sports and football. The top 16 teams in the division make the playoffs. So it does go like the college basketball, where your 16 seed plays the number one. So it's going to be a tough ride for some of those guys that's the lower seed playing the number one seed. But like I said, not Gahanna, but Gahanna was the number one. That's why I was thinking of those. But Bishop Hartley does go on the road to like I said, play New Lexington.
Yeah, we'll be there.
All right, that's what's up, man. That is what's up. Hopefully, Marion Franklin, South I High all get dubs this weekend. Marion Franklin is on the road, like I said, at Bishop Raleigh, but at South, at I High, actually Canal and I High is not that far from each other. So that's actually a close game. But hopefully everybody from the city get it done. East, Northland, and Beechcroft too.
Yeah, let's see.
And Beechcroft beat East to be
Hang
in the
on, let
first
me
one.
get back in here and hit. You say, yeah, 16. Let's see, 448 high schools qualified for the playoffs in football. There are 7 divisions, 4 regions, 16 teams in each region. So 28 times 16 is 448, which is crazy.
I guess the Facebook is working again.
Should be, yeah, I reloaded it.
Oh, okay.
Facebook's back up and running. We're going to talk college football. Top 25.
Oh, yeah.
Ohio State, number 2 still. I'm going to bring it in real quick.
Coach poll, playoff polls coming up.
Let's see. It should be.
Should be this week.
All right. It looks like we got some Facebook viewers again. Maybe some people hanging on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody. I apologize for the delay. Audio delay, camera delay. Took me just figuring things out. It's Tuesday, so, I appreciate you being patient and sticking with us for all the entertainment.
Tuesday technical difficulties.
There you go. Got a nice ring to it. So, if you don't know who's in the AP Top 25 in college football for Week 9, take a look at your screen, because there it is. Excuse me. Buckeyes still at number 2. Georgia at number 1.
How we got 2 teams tied at 10? Why not just give one 11?
Nice.
Like I saw that. Like I'm like, why are they tied at 10?
And
Why Wake Forest not just 11?
That's just got to be graphic department typo.
yeah,
Nah, it was like that everywhere.
Was it really?
Yeah, on that's the headline I saw before I even seen the graphic. And so it's really listed as 10-10, tied at 10. And I thought UCLA would have fell further. Didn't they come in at 9 wasn't they 9 last week when they lost?
they got stumped by Oregon.
Bro, beat down. The Ducks is back. I mean,
Ducks
Georgia's
looking
Georgia.
good.
They lost to Georgia. They shouldn't have got killed for losing to Georgia. Like, it's the defending champs. I mean, I don't think college teams got ring night, but that's theoretically what that was.
Let me bring you guys back in. Boom. So, yeah, dude, Ducks looking good. My question to y'all is,
Breast cancer unis.
they look all right. I mean, Oregon's always got the best unis just because Phil Knight, But
I didn't like the black on the pink. I felt like they should have switched it
Right.
at the end, but I did like the pink. The idea of it was sweet. Still fire for Oregon.
who do you want to see in the playoff? What would be good for college football?
A 2 versus 4, which it can't happen because they're going to play each other at the last game of the season. But Ohio State and Michigan would have been 2-4. And then, I mean, you don't really want the SEC, Tennessee, Georgia. They play each other also. So it's kind of hard to have those teams, but they're going to knock each other off.
Okay.
Anybody but Alabama. That's what
I was about to say that. Like, 2 things I want. I want to see a playoff with Alabama in it. But For that to happen, Bama got to lose again. Because if Bama don't lose again, they're going to find a way to get in there. You know, it's the Alabama Invitational. So they somehow always get an invite unless you literally get to kick them out of there.
Right now, they riding on one loss. I'm going to cut you off, but they riding on one loss. And like I said, Tennessee and Georgia plays in about 2 weeks. So this going to have, one of them teams are going to have one loss. So automatically, you're going to have an SEC championship with a one-loss team.
Yeah. And then the second team would be, I guess, they wouldn't get in there. So it wouldn't be 2 teams from the SEC now. Think about it, because everybody have the loser would have a second loss, and they wouldn't be able to get in there. What I wanted, but my team didn't hold the fort down, which was my USC Trojans. I wanted to see Old State, Georgia, Tennessee, USC, or because I wouldn't have wanted the matchup to be Old State USC would have been a C.J. Stroud. What's my man's name? Oh man, he had his nails, man. Caleb Williams. Yeah. I would have liked to see that matchup. Bo Nix. Yeah, I mean, Oregon would look nice in there too, though. Just somebody from the pack, whoever represent the pack, instead of another SEC team. Yeah, I'm with it. Bo Nix came out balling, but anybody but Bama and Ohio State at 1. Those are my 2 requests for a playoff.
Okay. Fair enough. Things are going to heat up as we move closer
I still don't got my dang Eagles.
2 conference championships. Let's see. Buckeyes got Penn State going into College Station. Not College Station.
Penn Station.
Man, it's the house that Joe Pa built.
There you go.
But what it is. Ain't going to be a whiteout this week or, this game.
Dude, they have a whiteout when their fucking uniforms are white. How do you have a whiteout?
Yeah,
they ain't gonna have
so
the same
bland.
effect.
I hate their unis, though. I've always hated their unis.
It's not a night game, so I don't think we have as much to fear.
Fox big noon kickoff. I do like that. C.J. Stroud saw his first good test
Our defense is legit. So
in a defense. All right.
That's the problem. So it does used to be the
State College, Pennsylvania. Excuse me, not college.
Back-to-back big noon kickoffs for Ohio State. They were here. Fox was here this past week. They'll be following Ohio State again, going to Penn State. So, big-time coverage for those boys.
Yeah, it's about that time because it's getting closer to that time. November's right around the corner.
All right. Moving on. NFL Week 7. What's good? What do you got? Injuries again. Breece Hall was going to win you a fantasy football championship, and then he wasn't.
Super unfortunate.
Tough break for the big man, and especially after housing that 60-yarder down the line, he was looking good, rolling for the Jets. Man, get Elijah Moore off that team. I got beef with him.
He's gonna be at the trade deadline.
I got him, dude. The Jets have the most momentum. They're looking as good as they've had in 20 years. They got a young QB, a new coach. They're all excited. They got all this talent. And Elijah Moore, I'm not getting enough targets. I want to trade. Man, get out of here with that. I would have got him off the team ASAP.
Yeah.
Trying to ruin the mojo we got.
You don't need that type of energy.
That's bull stuff.
But the Jets are 5-2.
Jets are rolling.
Are they legit? That's the question.
Nope.
Will don't think so.
What do you mean define legit? You don't think they'll make the playoffs?
I do. I mean, I'm not Super Bowl.
Is that legit? I mean, dude, a legit team makes the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I think they're playoff contenders.
That's the quality. That might be how I would define legit. You make the playoffs.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Let me just roll the crystal ball real quick. And I'm going to tell you who they got coming up on their schedule. All right? So they just took down Green Bay. You don't got to worry about Denver. Possibly, maybe not. You seen what they
just beat.
Huh?
They just beat Denver.
Okay, they just beat Denver. So I'm a week behind, week ahead. So they got New England coming up. You seen New England last night. You got Buffalo coming up.
Buffalo.
They're going to take a bye week. They got New England again. Chicago, who's don't know how it is. Let Jared tell it. Minnesota should be able to beat the Jets. They got Buffalo again. Detroit team that's depleted. Jacksonville, a hot Seattle team, and finish off against Miami. So those teams, I mean, they don't have a per se easy schedule. And a lot of those teams, they should get smashed against.
They're They're gonna get one of them Bills games.
Heavens no, in your words, buddy.
Like you said, in your words, anything can happen in a rivalry game.
Yeah,
the
that is
division.
true, but I mean, okay,
The Bengals lost to the Steelers.
that was different.
It's not.
That was week 1
That-
under certain circumstances.
no, that's using excuses.
We had special team issues that game. You want to put so when
I'm just using that as an example. It's anything can happen in a rivalry game. Week 1 or not, y'all should have won. Yes or no?
yes,
Okay, thank you.
but the Jets going up against the Bills is not really like
The Bills that lost to the Dolphins 17-19. Yeah.
it's different, man. The words of my boy, LaRussell, it's different. Gotta get out to that. Shout out to my homie LaRussell, man, out over in the Bay Area,
I'm just saying, man.
all the way in the pergola.
The Jets, and I think actually it's not a gimme game because if we go in there, I think they come to us, don't they? To Minnesota.
They come to Minnesota, yeah.
Okay,
So
so
you
we do
still
got the-
saying
we got
receipts
coordination
is
in
still
the
out for the Jets. They still got receipts out on people,
Yeah, because nobody believes in them.
but you do. You believe in Kenny Pickett too, so it's kind of hard for me to kind of take your
I mean,
judgment.
I don't know what-
you believe in
I-
Kenny
I could
Pickett, the Jets, and Kirk Cousins. So I don't know, man.
I have to believe in Kirk Cousins. That's my quarterback. Kenny Pickett's the truth.
There are 3 teams in the
Pittsburgh-
AFC that are 5-2 or better: Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs,
And
and the New York Jets.
thank you. Jets. Jets.
How do you spell playoffs? Jets.
Nah, man.
You got them out. Jer and I got them in.
Y'all two the same ones that believed in Russell Wilson for the beginning of the season.
I still do.
And I don't. My fault. Let's ride. I crashed.
Give it time.
Heavens no.
And maybe
It's-
not.
It's
I'm
not
a-
even. It might not be rest though. He's hurt right now.
I'm okay with Denver
But
not.
it's I think it's Mike. What's his name? What's dude's name?
Jones?
Rippin.
Who?
Brett Rippin is his backup.
No,
Mike Jones.
the head coach for Denver. The head coach for Denver, Mike something, ain't it?
No, it's Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh yeah, Mike is the dude that's in Dolphins.
Ding dong.
Yeah, yeah, Nathaniel Hackett. They only got him because he was the quarterback coach of the Green Bay Packers, and they thought they could get Aaron Rodgers. It doesn't work there. That's really what happens. He'll get fired, and they'll try to fix it next year. But they have nothing. Ain't no high draft picks. They traded away everything.
So mark it right here. Y'all taking the Jets to the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna fill the Denver spot.
There you go, bro.
Yeah.
Boom. Easy peasy.
And right now, I can't really say that the Chargers are gonna make it. Because the Chargers are winning the West. So like the teams that they're competing against, they're competing with y'all because y'all not winning the North. Or, I mean, but possibly y'all gonna be in a running for the North, but I don't think y'all gonna.
Well, Jerry, you mentioned a good one.
What? The Dolphins.
You mentioned Green Bay and Aaron.
Oh.
So after week 7, guys, what's wrong with Tom and Aaron? Or do we really give a shit?
I would go with option number 2, but I think in Tampa Bay, it's more of just things going wrong right now. I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks. It's just a lot going on with Tom right now, and it's kind of snowballing effect onto the team. You know, a couple weeks ago, you had him at the Kraft wedding, and then you had him cussing the team out on the sideline. And I think that first ball that he threw deep and Mike Evans dropped it, that changed the whole dynamics of the game. You know, if he scored a touchdown on that play, you don't have the potential shutout. I mean, they scored 3 points, but that's a shutout. You know what I mean? So I just think they have injuries right now, and they should be getting like their offensive line, their interior line. They had lost their center in preseason, and that's hurt them. And all the distractions is hurting them. But I think between those two teams, Green Bay just don't have the players to continue to help out Rodgers. Tampa Bay, they just going through something right now, and they can't respond. And with them being in that NFC South, they still going to be able to lead that division. Can't say the same thing about Green Bay because the Vikings is riding high right now. So I don't know if they can respond in Green Bay. I don't know why they don't run more. They got to rely. They relying on that pass game with Aaron Rodgers, but you got them two-headed monsters in Dillon and Jones. And
Yeah. They got some
I would
problems.
beat those guys more.
Jer, you don't care, do you? Good. Keep them out of the playoffs. We don't want to talk about Tom and Aaron.
He need both of them out.
You
The
don't.
Vikings need both of them to get out.
Why do we need the Bucks out the way? Why do we need the Packers out the way?
They in the NFC and they the
Why are we afraid of the? Do you know?
All right, man.
Aaron Rodgers is Kirk.
Up in this.
Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins is playoff time. Aaron Rodgers. If you want to talk about it.
True.
So I don't want to hear that. We're not afraid of the Packers and no playoff time. I think if we play the Bucks and they get there, I'm not. I mean, what Tom Brady? Will I see the same Tom Brady 2 years ago? So he ain't locked in. But I'm definitely not afraid of Aaron Rodgers, who's James Harden, a.k.a. James St. Patrick.
Y'all gonna see Green Bay again.
Yeah,
That's
we
the thing,
Yeah, by the
man.
time we play him again, we already gonna have the division locked and sold up. He might not even get our starters the next time we see him. Like, that's what I'm thinking. They're not gonna make the playoffs. But to answer your question, Tom Brady's gonna galvanize his team once he be able to get locked in. The defense has fallen apart though, and Antoine Winfield did just get hurt. Like Shaq Barrett, Darren White, Levante David, we need these. Can these guys show up? Maybe they do miss JPP because he's turned right now in Baltimore. I don't know who else they got on the edge. But
Y'all haven't even mentioned the Carolina Panthers. P.J. Walker,
I mean, 'cause
DJ Moore.
That shouldn't have happened. The Packers, come on, man. Do we got to go back to my NFC North break preview? I told you the Packers. I mean, I'm the only one that's not shocked. I told y'all. Like, I told you so. Like, you feel me? Like, you know, it's just when you lose a weapon like Devontae Adams, you can't replace that. He's widely regarded as the best wide receiver in the game, and he was 43% of their offense. He's literally their offense. They don't. I thought they was gonna have a Jimmy G game plan. They don't even have that. They're not running the ball. They're trying to they're throwing the ball to Aaron Jones more just to get this man's stats up. Not Aaron Jones, Rodgers, because he really can't throw the ball deep. So he's throwing it to Tanya more now because Tanya's been healthy a little bit, and he's throwing it to Aaron Jones. But I also said that Aaron Jones was their best player, and he was also going to lead their team in receptions. The Packers is going to lose it. Aaron Rodgers, his intangibles suck. He's talented, but he's not a leader, and he's not going to bring his team together. He was too busy being a diva in the offseason, so he didn't develop the camaraderie that he should have developed with his young wide receivers coming into the season, and now it's too late. And everybody want to blame Romeo Dobbs. Talk about we got to dumb it down. I don't think we need to dumb it down. I just think you didn't put the work in. That's the problem. You know, Kirk Cousins, and you want to make fun of Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, they putting work in. We really grinded the whole offseason. I don't know what these other quarterbacks was doing. Tom Brady contemplated retirement. He retired for, 45 days?
Something
30
like
days?
that.
Something like that. So then he left, came back and left 11 days during training camp. He hasn't been locked in all year. And they also should have beat the Packers. Another loss and that's another reason why they're 3-4. They could at least be 4-3. They blew that game. But they blew a lot of games this season, like the Jets, but I call it that one. And they definitely blew this Panthers. Like, shout out to P.J. Walker and Chuba Hubbard ball. But who would saw that coming? We thought the Panthers don't even know how to tank right. What are we doing? But
Who they tanking for?
Because of the division that the Bucks are in, they're going to be in it. And because of the division that the Packers are in, they're out of it. Because there's too many other teams that's good. And right now they got to, unless the Vikings completely fold, which I guess they're still waiting for us to fall. So they'd rather talk about what's going on with the Packers versus the fact that the Minnesota Vikings is leading the North by 3 games right now with the head-to-head win over the Packers. And it's looking good. So I don't think the Packers are going to make it at all because the NFC East right now is looking like they're going to have 3 teams.
Yep. You got it. Man, Giant, did you see the end of the Giants
We don't need the Bucks.
Jags game?
Y'all just don't believe. Like, look, y'all don't believe. Only people who don't believe is telling me who we need out the way. I'm just responding to my man Rico. Shout out Rico. Salute. Because he hit me up like, where the show at? You know, the show, my fault, bro. The show's here. We here. And I'm responding. We don't need the Bucks out the way. We're not afraid of Tom Brady, especially if Tom Brady got to come to Minnesota. They like they're not performing the way they should be. Who I'm worried about right now is I just hope that when we see Philly again. But that we play the whole NFC East. So the teams that's leading the NFC is us and the NFC East. So we play the NFC East. So we get to see the Cowboys in a couple weeks. And we get to see the Giants on Christmas Eve. We'll get to see that. And then we'll get to see Philly again maybe. But we don't know. We still don't know if Philly's going to hold it together. Like, the NFC is literally wide open. So, #, why not us?
Gonna see in a couple weeks, man.
You got us at 10-7, but with the way we at 5, what did you have us at the bye week? With 2 losses?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so
New Orleans fell apart, and Chicago I thought might have been able to give it to y'all. Or that was Miami. I thought Miami might have been able to give it to y'all. But these next couple weeks are going to determine a lot. You know, this is going to be the heart of that schedule. Arizona, Washington, Buffalo, Dallas, and you don't know if you're going to get mac and cheese or Mr. Z.
We're not afraid of mac and cheese, which is, I told you, is crabs mac, the poor stuff. And it's, and Bailey Zapp, he was my ball of the week last week.
And the one you were just giving praises for, the Jets, you all got them.
That's the game. I'm worried about that game more than any of them other games.
The Giants, you ain't worried about that one either?
No.
Gonna see,
But
man.
I want to see where the Giants are by that time, but I think the Giants got their schedule so caked, they're going to rack up wins. But either way it go, it's not going to affect us. We're going to win our division. I'm not worried about any of those games.
That is true.
I just want to see how it will fare when the time comes, just to see how we play on the field, what teams show up. Because if my team bring A game, I'm definitely not ready. And we'll see Philly again. That's nothing that can't be changed during film.
Possibly.
That's nothing that can't be changed for film in the film room. They didn't dominate us.
Possibly see Philly again.
Yeah, if somebody else will knock them off, like that's what I would hope for. Because I think they're going to get the one.
So you can get the easy road to the Super Bowl.
Nah, because I don't want to have to go.
They don't give you credit. I just want to let you know. If you get the easy road to the Super Bowl, they won't give you credit for it.
I don't care about none of that. Because if you get the Super Bowl,
trust me, I know.
No, but y'all didn't get the Super. If y'all get the Super Bowls, it doesn't matter. But the problem is y'all went. The thing is y'all went through KC, so that stamped whatever it was.
Nah, man, they still don't give you credit for
it.
it.
I mean, I know that, but I do. But I just, sophomore slump is over with, I guess now. Whatever. But yeah. Let's get into it, man. What else has we got there? That's just the Vikings. Why don't they get their respect? We didn't even play this week, and we talk about my team. Oh, this was about the Packers and the and the Bucks.
Yep, that's how we do. Vikings ain't even playing. We talk about the Vikings for 10 minutes.
Because Packers, Vikings, they got to go through us to even get back into relevancy.
One can hope and dream.
That's right.
Why not them, though? But Tampa Bay may be able to turn it around somehow once Gronk show up, once Julio Jones come off of the bench.
Gronk's not playing, bro.
Gronk's coming back.
You guys watch Monday night. The Bears, big surprise there. I was surprised anyway. Justin Fields looked good scrambling the ball. Bailey Zapp, Zappy Hour. Yeah, we were talking about that, so we had a conversation just a little via text last night, and I said,
I stopped watching.
Zappy came in and turned things around a little bit, and I was wondering how the offensive play calling for New England changes. They call the game different for Mac Jones than they do Bailey Zappi. But whatever they do with Zappi, they put him in a good spot. He gives a little bit of life to the team, scored 2 quick touchdowns. But then it was kind of all the Bears after that. So New England puts up a good performance the week before and then turns around and kind of lays an egg against the Bears at home. I mean, Bears, big win on a Monday night. But like you said, they're in your division, Jerry. You ain't, 3-4, just like Green Bay. Who's the better 3-4 team, Green Bay or Chicago? I mean, that's isn't it crazy that we're having that actually conversation?
See, the thing is, the Bears can't beat the Packers.
Man, I don't know. Anybody can beat. Taylor Heineke just beat the Packers.
Taylor Heineke, he's not afraid, bro. He's a baller. Like, he might not be,
he got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose, and he lay it all out on the line. So, like, that's what I respect about the kid. But, I own you. Like, Packers own. So I would say the Packers, even though I like the Bears better. I'm like, if them two had to play each other again, which they do, the Packers would probably beat them again.
I would agree.
But neither one is a playoff team. And I still, even though Justin Fields won last night, I still feel bad for Justin Fields.
Yep.
But shout out to Justin Fields.
All right, week 7. Top performances. Who had the best week, or as we like to say, who's your baller of the week? Let's hit him with it. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead with the Joey B.
Man, you already know who it was. That's
Big B.
You know what it is.
Any other quarterbacks that can even do what he even got close to. That's almost 500 yards in the air, man. Put some respect and put some thought into that. 481 yards in the air. 34 for 42 completion.
Only 8 missed
You know what I mean? Like, the things that Joe's doing right now.
Didn't he have a rushing touchdown,
He
too?
did have a rushing touchdown of like 20 yards.
Oh, god dang it.
Why didn't I get that stat on there? That's my bad.
You good?
I had the space for it, too. But, ironically, that's probably the touchdown, too, because I got him in motion running.
For sure.
But, yeah, shout out Joey B, man. You know, he took advantage of a weak secondary.
It's always a weak secondary. When we go ahead and dominate, we had a weak secondary against the Saints.
I didn't say
You
that.
know? Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I did not. I didn't.
Rewind the tape, man. Throw the red flag out.
Because Marshall Lattimore is the truth. I just said
He wasn't there for us.
He didn't play against you?
Nah, that was your defense.
Oh, well, then, yeah, I guess y'all
yeah.
played him.
Only thing we had was the honey badger.
Oh, yeah, so take advantage of that, you know. He
We
was out
taking
there.
advantage when
Yeah, take
everybody's
advantage of
taken
that.
for granted.
Who
You know
you
what I
got next
mean?
week, man? It ain't about it, man. Shout out to Joey B.
Let me get you.
Shout out to Joey B.
Gosh dang it. There we go. It's always that.
450 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 80% completion rate. You know, it's only about 4 other quarterbacks in NFL history that did that.
Yeah, he had a weak secondary, though.
Hey, that's where you got to take advantage and just go out there and ball out.
But you're exactly right.
So ain't that what
And
I
the
just
Falcons,
said?
A.J. Terrell's
play with
been
no food.
A.J. Terrell's been one of the best cornerbacks in the league this year, and he goes down, and that's what good teams do, is if you get an injury to a key player, you attack that backup.
Yeah, because that's how you game plan.
That's in-game adjustments is how you win football games.
Right. So, shout out Joey B.
All right, hit me with that lime green.
To the NFC West leaders. Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks. Last week we gave praise to Geno, I think, or was that 2 weeks ago? Might have been last week. I don't remember. But either way, this week, shout out to Kenneth Walker, the first college and pro baller of the week, because he was my baller of the week last year when he ran all over Michigan for 5 touchdowns and like a whole bunch of yards too. Something crazy like he did last week. He had 97 yards, and yet this past Sunday he had 23 carries, 168 yards, 7.3 average, 2 touchdowns. And it's looking like if you didn't snatch up Kenny Walker, which I had him early and I dropped him because he wasn't getting burned.
I did the
but
same.
now he's getting the burn, and he's gone on every fantasy draft and in every fantasy league that I'm in, so I can't get Kenny Walker. I like Kenny Walker. There's something about me and those Kennys. I got an old man named Kenneth, too. Shout out to him. First debatable shirt, he got it. But anyway, shout out to Kenneth Walker. He ran all over the Chargers, and the Seahawks is the surprise of the NFC. The NFL.
Shit, they surprised the NFL. Geno Smith run that offense better than Russell ever did.
Man, that's not even debatable at this point.
Yeah, whatever they got doesn't
Don't
matter.
let that man get a Super Bowl. I'm just saying.
Doesn't matter. Whatever they got rolling, keep it rolling. I don't think it holds up. But, dude, Kenneth, yeah, I dropped him the week before Rashad Penny got hurt. Man, I wish I had that guy on my team. That's the way fantasy football goes. All right.
I got to pick up Gus Edwards, though.
In the last nice. That's a good one. Another good running back to have on your squad is Josh Jacobs.
3 straight games of 140 plus.
He is tearing it up, looking like running backs of old days. The bell cow, as they called it. Look at that, 7 yards a carry, just over, and 3 touchdowns.
Dragon dudes to the end zone.
He scored, well, I guess he scored 18 points, but Raiders beat the Texans 38-20, so essentially Josh Jacobs about outscores the Houston Texans on his own. 3 touchdowns, 143 yards, like JERS said. 3rd game over $140. Fantasy stud, he is he's looking like the brightest spot in L.A. He should make things easier for Derek Carr and Devontae to get hooked back up.
LV.
But we'll see if that happens. So the Raiders, sneaky AFC West, they are in.
Nope. That's the only they
They're in 3rd. They're still 2-4.
Yeah.
But
Quick question. Do you think that bye week helped them? I mean, I know they just played the Texans, but the Texans has actually been a tough out,
yep.
and they rolled them. So, do you think this bye week helped a team like the Raiders finally get it together? The last we
Definitely.
saw them, they had Hunter Renfrow and Devontae Adams colliding, and Adams colliding.
See, and that's the thing,
with
they're
a photography guy.
a couple, 1 or 2 plays here, and they're, 4-3 or 3-3.
Even better than that, a better record than that.
3-3 or 4-2.
Come back, like the Cardinals game.
Yep.
Like so, the Raiders, they could get it together.
They're close to being 4-2, but they have a couple go right, man. They're looking at second in the AFC West. Obviously, nobody in that division is going to catch the Chiefs, or shouldn't, barring anything that goes down. Chiefs at 5-2 should be cruising away. The LA Chargers at 4-3. I don't buy that. They, they got a negative point differential of -25. So
They need to fire the coach.
and that's Staley's on the hot seat. Stefanski might be that way as well. So there's our ballers of the week. We're going to keep rolling. Big Willie Styles going to step in and lay it down for us. Any final thoughts? Any honorable mentions for baller of the week? Travis Etienne doing his thing. Looking good. Oh.
Patty Mack.
No, dude. Deontay Foreman. Nobody would have thought. See, you guys look at me like you don't even know who that is.
Nah.
He was a starting running back for the
for the-
Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
He had more fantasy points than Christian McCaffrey. So, nobody saw that coming.
and
Foreman,
Chuba Hubbard.
he had about 120 yards rushing, 118 on that stout Buccaneers defense. So,
Allegedly stout.
that's why I gave the finger quote so you just couldn't see it.
I'm gonna say, you heard Tom
Anyway.
Bowles, they're still resting on their laurels of the Super Bowl.
Deontay Foreman, buck 18, looking nice. Taylor Heineke getting that dub. Willie.
Who you got, man?
All right.
Let's get it.
Let me change this.
Not ballers of the week anymore.
Nope. And we'll get to it. This will be good because you better not have
No Green Bay, no Tampa Bay. No,
No s-
Bay Area.
no spoil. No Bay Area. That means my Niners are out.
Man, couldn't take care of the Chiefs.
I get it. Man.
Brand new Corvette in the garage. Number 23 did look very nice. I like that number 23 on his back.
I was I was traveling that day, so I get off the airport, land in DIA, cruising through the terminal. I was like, oh hey shit, TV's on. All right, excellent. Niners game's on. Walk up to the TV. Jimmy G takes his safety. So I just kept walking to my gate.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Nothing to see here.
That's like two safeties in like the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. So
I keep
All right.
Darren Orlovsky. They keep showing him because of that.
Now this is a story. Life ain't getting flipped upside down, but I want to take you down this 10 list. So just sit back and listen.
All right,
So I
there
got
we go.
the Jets at 10. Jets at 10.
Still at 10.
16-9. You ain't gonna see the Jets move down and go any lower on this list. They're gonna be remain right here. They beat a Denver team that's been struggling for a long time, and they got no touchdowns against the Broncos. Greg Zerloin went 3 for 3. He lost Breece Hall for the whole entire season. Zach Wilson, these are his stats, man. 16 for 26, 121. That's it. Then you had your guy Michael Carter out of North Carolina. He came in and tried to fill the role of Hall. He had 13 for 29. Like I said, no touchdowns against a Denver team.
Their defense is legit.
Defense is legit. They
I'm
have
talking
been
about
holding.
the Broncos' defense is legit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why it was hard to score.
But, like I said, you call yourself a playoff team. Denver Broncos ain't all the best of a team, but, hey, that's why they at number 10. They ain't going to be moving too much further. Don't put your eggs or your stock into the Jets. Yeah, they look good. They holding it down for New York right now, but it's a long way to go. They got the Pats, the Bills, the Pats again, and the Bears coming up on their schedule. So I believe it's going to be probably about 2 or 4 that they're going to be able to get out of that next 4 games.
Schedule again?
They got the Pats, they got the Bills, they got the Patriots again, and then the Bears. Well, of course, one of those Patriots games is at home, and one is going to be on the way.
They sweep the Patriots.
So at number 9, I got the Tennessee Titans. First time in them on my list. They did lose Tannehill, so they could be back up off of this list to the unranked. They are 4-2 and leading that division is the reason they are on this list. They've won their last 4 games. Derrick Henry had 30 rushes, 128 yards, but once again, their offense couldn't put up any points. They only had 1 touchdown against the Colts. They won that game 19-10, And the one touchdown came from the safety, Andrew Adams, who got a pick 6. So Ryan Bullock, the kicker, went 4 for 4, and they got the dub over the Colts. Matt Ryan no longer has a job, and, you know, the Titans are getting a brand new stadium. That's the one thing we can say in a positive note. But like I said, they're 4-2 in the weak division right now, and that's the reason they made it onto this list.
Come on, Jaguars, get it together.
Hey, their next 4 games, they got the Texans, Chiefs, Broncos, and Packers. So those games do hold well for them. They should be able to win, again, about 2 or 4, or if not 3 or 4. They think they get smashed against the Chiefs, but their schedule also holds very well for them. So at number 8, I got my man, Big Trust, Lamar Jackson and the homies. Lamar had a horrible day against they played the Browns. He only got 120 yards passing, 59 yards rushing, and like Jared said, they did get Gus Edwards back. He went 16 for 66, but that offense did struggle. They did get the win by 3, but that defense is holding solid for him, you know. But you never know when the most electrifying quarterback in the game, second to Mike Vick, will ever, you know, he can come alive at any moment. And like we said last week, they did get D-Jack. They do have, not for sure where.
He's on the practice squad.
Yeah, he's on the practice squad right now. But that offense can come alive, and that defense is doing just enough to keep them afloat. At number 7, well, the Ravens got the Bucks, the Saints, the Panthers, and the Jags. Another reason why they should be able to continue to keep rolling. The weaker teams right now are all of those teams, so they should be able to keep winning and keep their rolling, keep their stuff going. The Giants, as you already have seen, I got them at number 7, and they keep squeaking by with wins. They got another win over. Say what?
Say last week 5.
Yeah, last week they was 5. They showed a little bit more, but that's what I'm saying. They got a win at Jacksonville. Jacksonville played them close, and they keep squeaking by with wins. All of their wins, they've got by 8 points or less all season. If you go back to look at each one of their wins, they've by 8 points or less. Daniel Jones threw for 202 yards, but more important or more impressive, he rushed for over 100 yards. And Saquon Barkley had 24 for 10. And like I said, they squeaked by. And right now they're rolling. They got the Seahawks, Texans, Lions, and Cowboys coming up next. So we'll be able to get more of a judgment. Once again, they should go 2 and 4 in that next couple of games. Possibly, I don't know, that Seahawks team, like they might be able to give it to the Giants. And, of course, I think the Cowboys will be able to take them. At number 6, those guys were on a bye week.
This guy. So where is some? Go finish this, please.
Oh, but for sure, I will.
Jesus Christ.
You got the Vikings, man. And right now, they top of the NFC North.
Top of the NFC, second. But continue.
Second in the NFC. So far, my boy Kirk Cuddy, yo boy for sure, 151, 228 passes, just over 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 INTs. Of course, JJ is his number 1 receiver with 46 receptions, 654 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Just 2. I mean, you know, somebody like Jamar Chase, he get that in 1 game. But sophomore slump we talking about. But we'll see what's going to happen with them boys. They got the Cards coming up in Minnesota, which kind of helps out. But I am taking the Cardinals because I like what they got coming up. Even though you've seen a little bit of argumentation on the sideline between Kingsbury and my man Lil Murray. But I think that's just a little bit of, like Murray said, that's Gen Z stuff. You know what I mean? You got to hold yourself composed. And they going to be all right. But we'll see what happens with the Vikings. They got the Cards, DC, at the Bills, and got to see the Cowboys. So this is the
The
tough
spots in our bye week.
This is the tough spot of their schedule. Some teams moved into a spot where you all was slipping out. Y'all was asleep. Y'all was sitting at home on the couch playing with the kids.
With our
and
feet up comfortable.
Exactly. But some teams stepped in. And the team that stepped in at number 5, go ahead and hit them with it, Rye.
this guy.
Yeah, for sure. That's 4, not just yet.
You got those guys ahead of us too?
Yeah,
Oh
at
my
number
God.
5. At
list
number
is-
5,
Well,
I got
don't say-
Cincinnati. But wait, I'll explain. But wait, there's more. You got a guy who's throwing for over 481 yards, my man Joe B. Got one on one touchdown on the ground. You got a 3-headed monster that really came alive this past week. 155 yards by Tyler Boyd, 150 yards by Jamar, 130 yards by Chase, and just 7 shy of a century mark in T. Higgins. You know what I mean? But I'm not even focused on that offense. I want to put some precedence on what this defense is doing. And all year, from game 1 to now, they haven't allowed 1 touchdown in the second half. If you want to go back to Pittsburgh, they allowed 3 points. You go back to the Cowboys, 3 points, Jets, 3 points, Dolphins, 3 points. They allowed just a field goal against the Ravens, 3 field goals against the Ravens in the second half, 6 points, 2 field goals against the Saints, and no points in the second half against the Falcons. All that being said, this is a team that's playing rough in the first half, but rolling on the offense in the second half, and the defense is holding it down, shutting anything and everything down in the second half. So, of course, defense wins championships, as they say, and this defense has been phenomenal, shut out in the second half. Still some areas to improve. Shout out to the guy, Eli Apple. Get it together, man, because you did drop a deep ball, 75-yard ball to Demir Bird. But they did rebound and recover, and things is looking up. The same way Joe B and Tyler Boyd kept doing on the sideline. We just going to keep moving, keep improving, and that's how we're going to keep moving up on this list. So at number 4, I got the Dallas Cowboys. They did look like they struggled. They got their man Dak back. One thing that do scare me about them, they did lose Jordan Lewis to the IR, foot injury, one of their cornerbacks besides Travion Diggs. Both of those guys did have an interception against the Lions. But one thing that you still have is Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. And with those 2 guys on the edge continue to rush, it's going to make it easier for that secondary. Even though you did lose, like I said, a cornerback, they still should continue to roll. Zeke had 2 touchdowns. Dak had 1. But they got the Bears, they got the Packers, they got the Vikings coming up, and they got a bye week. Of course, the Bengals got the Browns coming up, the Panthers, they got a bye week, Steelers, and they play the Titans. So both of those teams is going to keep moving forward. And the next 3 is going to be the same 3 that you're going to see on everybody's list pretty much. Kansas City Chiefs annihilated. When I say annihilated, I mean annihilated, man. They started off kind of shaky. It looked like it was going to be one of those type of games where the Chiefs were going to struggle against the 49ers, and the 49ers looked good with their new toys, McCaffrey. But it started off 14-13 going in the second half, and then the words of Manny Fresh, then you heard boom from the amplifier. They just came out second half, and it was a total different team. You know, they put up 30 points in the second half. Patty Mack ended the game with 423 yards, 3 touchdowns, and just 1 INT. And then that defense was able to hold McCaffrey to just 38 yards in his new debut. And Debo, he was kind of absent. He just had 2 yards rushing and 42 yards on the pass. They did let Kittles get off for like 98 yards, but other than that, they did very well in that defense and that offense. Juju is starting to seem like he's back on his road. Valdez-Scantling is back. Hardman is in. Of course, you got Kelsey, so that offense is looking like they're the Chiefs of old again without the cheetah. But they got the Titans coming up. They got the Jags, the Chargers, and the Rams. But even all that defense did look cool against them guys, they still let Jimmy G throw for 303. So the secondary still has a hole in it. And with a 3-headed monster in Cincinnati, that's where it lies. But, hey, we're going to move down to number 2. They had 6-0, but Jalen Hurts, 123 for 184 total, 1,500 yards, 6 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Favorite target is going to be A.J. Brown with 33 receptions, 503, 2 touchdowns. They were on a bye this past week. They coming back against the Squillers. They got the Texans at Texans. They got
He was on a bye and didn't drop. Okay.
they 6-0 also. But they got DC, and then they got to go to the Colts. So we'll see how their season continues to play out. Their schedule is kind of weaker towards the end of the season instead of the bulk of theirs coming up right now. And then, and you also lost them also.
Exactly. To the
But-
only undefeated team.
Right. Number one, we got the Bills. They were also on the bye week. They
And in
coming
the same
back.
spot.
They the red
Everybody
hot
else
Bills,
dropped.
man.
Everybody else. So we ain't red.
I don't
hot.
trust.
Finish this so I can shit on this list. Come on, bro. You done ran
Sun-
it. We
Sun-
the top
Sunday
three is the
night-
same thing, man. You know how
Sunday
you
night against
get
the
it.
Packers, the Bills is going to play. Of course, that
heck
should
is
be a
this
dub. They got the Jets at New York.
Oh,
then
God.
they get to see the Vikings. We're going to see how the Vikings is going to turn out against them. And they got the Browns. But Josh Allen has been lighting the whole league up, man. 163 completions out of 239, 1,900 yards, 17 touchdowns, 4 INTs. Favorite target, of course, is Diggs. Hit him for 49 times, 656, 6 touchdowns. So there it is, man. Chop it up, screw it up, lean it, and let me see. what
Light
you
it
got,
up,
man.
roll it up, and burn it. Whatever whatever references or phrases you want to use this week, we can use it.
Go ahead, man. Hit me with
So
your best shot.
I think this is a list of a man who wanted a reaction out of me. Hey, Ryan, you looking at me? I think if I know my partner that I've been a partner with for going on, it's been 2 years now, right? If I know my partner, this is a list of a man who solely wanted a reaction out of me. And guess what? You got one. You got it. Because ain't no way in heaven. See what I did there? Heavens no. Ain't no way, man. Come on, man. Anyway,
You got,
here
man.
we go. Number 10. The 4-3 Cincinnati Bengals, who are second in the AFC West. Number 10. The NFC West leading Seattle Seahawks. Why are they not in your top 10? We gotta
Who's
get.
though, bro? They
We
went
gotta
at 3
tip.
and 4.
They're 4-3,
Okay, 4 and 3.
and they're leading their division. You know, not second place, first place.
Go ahead,
Hey,
man.
this okay.
You're
And
4 and 3.
so-
So go ahead.
but you're second place.
Like I said, that defense more touted than theirs. But go ahead.
Gino is having a better season than Joe, but we're not having. Okay, okay, but see,
Knocking over.
we knocking over everything because that's what this list needs to be, knocked over, just like that. But anyway, we gonna make it work. Man, listen here. Jets at 9, they're 5-2, looking good, second in the AFC East. Ravens, who are lead, I don't know how they beat y'all and leading the AFC North, but they're behind the Bengals. Even
This
okay.
is a week-to-week
I know,
basis,
I know,
man.
but you
and this
gotta-
is
you
progression.
gotta-
We showing progression.
Oh.
We ain't looking at the past. We moving forward.
Because
That's
the
how
only
list
thing you
rolls.
got is right now because y'all looking good at the
Yeah,
moment. But you
that's
gotta
how that's
throw in
everything
everything.
goes.
You can't throw away the fact that y'all lost to this team that's been struggling. All right, cool. 4-3. I got the Ravens at 7. I got Dallas at 6 at 5-2. Then I got the Giants at 5, 6-1. KC at 4 with 5-2. And the disrespect to the Minnesota Vikings gotta stop. 5-1.
They gotta
Second in the NFC. Second in NFC overall. The only loss is to the only undefeated team, and I don't even know what else the Vikings got to do to show you that they've won 4 straight,
win. Keep winning.
and that's what they've been doing. And of course, the Eagles at number 2, and just the Buffalo Bills, who do got that one loss, but that one loss ain't enough to put them at 2, even though the other team's undefeated. Josh Allen is Josh Allen. I'll give you that, but come on, man. I don't know what you got. Right now, the Seahawks, like, you got to give credit to the Seahawks. You put the Titans in over the Seahawks. I don't know. No. The Titans is looking good, and they do lead their division, but we got to tip our hat to what Gino and them is doing. Nobody believed in Gino. Nobody believed in Pete. We got to tip
We
our
still
hat.
don't believe in them boys.
We
man.
don't. They might not even finish. They might not even finish the NFC West with the lead. And if they do, then the Niners blew this trade, and the Rams never got it together. I don't believe in the Cardinals. But shout out, but while they're here, we got to give them that recognition. But yeah, the disrespect to Minnesota, how we just dropped 2 spots. I don't know.
Hey,
Everything else is cool.
we talking about consistency, man. We talking about
And
moving.
that's what
we
the
talking
Bengals
about
been?
consistency when we talking about progression.
Because you switched
We're
us.
talking about moving
with your
in
team.
the right direction.
and we're moving backwards.
Y'all got to come out after this bye and play the toughest part of y'all schedule. That's what you keep missing.
There's only one tough game.
The Cards.
That's not tough.
Okay, well, the Cowboys and the Bills, which one you want?
The Cowboys isn't tough.
We gonna see.
We're not afraid of Micah Parsons and them. Like,
You ain't gotta be
Dak,
afraid.
We're
You
not
better learn
afraid
to
of Dak.
respect 'em.
We lost to Cooper Rush last year, but this isn't. We're the top 10. We're a top 10 defense on scoring. They're the number 10 scoring defense, and we have a top 10 offense. That's perfectly fine, bro.
You play two safeties
The
high,
Bills-
and they gonna play double team on JJ.
They've been double teaming JJ all year.
Okay.
I mean, it took a bye week for Jamar Chase just to pass him in stats.
What's that? Was that what, yards?
I think he got him in yards, and he already had him in touchdowns. But that's something that hopefully they worked on in the bye
That's
week.
all we care about is touchdowns. We talking about putting up points. We ain't talking about just running up and down the field.
Well, y'all just started doing that, but that's fine. That's fine. You know,
Man, I can't wait. What you want to put on this game, man? Because I'm
What
taking
game?
the Cards. I'm taking the Cards this week.
What? I don't know. What do you want to put on? I definitely got my Vikings. What point spread? You gonna come in with some Vikings?
We
gear?
talking straight up. We talking straight up. No points.
I mean, I don't know. What are we betting? What are we betting? What are we betting? Money?
Man, you know. We can't bet no cash.
Oh, what just happened?
Cash is king, baby.
Yes, it's king, like you said. Man, listen, we're gonna smoke the Cardinals because we're coming off of a bye week. Be prepared for this. I don't even think your man studied enough. He's been playing Call of Duty since it dropped.
Cardinals money line.
DeAndre Hopkins
favorite?
is back and trying to prove it.
Minnesota's a 4.5
Patrick
point
Peterson about to
favorite.
Clamp that man up.
Patrick P. He came from Arizona. They know his game.
Minnesota is a 4.5 point favorite.
4.5.
And they won't cover. You do know that the undefeated Cardinals last year should have lost to the Vikings last year, but the kicker missed a field goal.
Hey,
So
if all
and I
those
was
kickers
at
would miss the
Arizona.
field goals, we would be undefeated right now.
Yeah.
No, y'all wouldn't be.
How wouldn't we be? We only lost by field goals. Each and every game we lost by field goals. 3 games that we lost, field goals. They missed those field goals. We make our field goal at the end of the regulation
All right.
against Pittsburgh. We win that game.
All right, gang.
All right.
Speaking of point spreads, I can't find a graphic, unfortunately.
What's next year's schedule?
Minnesota is a 4.5 point favorite over
This guy.
the Arizona Cardinals. Tampa Bay, Thursday night game. Baltimore is a 1.5 point favorite against Tampa Bay.
Started late.
Baltimore should smoke them, but that seems like one of those, Tampa needs a get-back game. Jacksonville, 4.5 point favorite over Denver. I like that one. Denver's bad. Jacksonville got it back together. Atlanta, Carolina, it'll be an interesting matchup. Detroit, Miami. New England at the Jets. 1.5 point favorite are the Patriots. Philadelphia. This is what I said a couple weeks ago. Pittsburgh would be the first one to beat Philly.
I'm with you there. Kenny Pickett gets it done.
Philly's a 10.5 point favorite. That'd be a good money line
Wow,
if Pittsburgh
Blake.
rolls in there. I don't think it'll happen, but Pittsburgh going into Philadelphia. I said it 2 weeks ago on the air, or 3 weeks ago. Pittsburgh's going to give them their first L. You never know what happens. That's not looking promising. But, and my guys, San Francisco goes into L.A.
Kenny Pickett.
L.A. coming off a bye week, always tough. San Francisco's a 2.5 point favorite in
Y'all beat
LA.
him 7 straight times, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll see Buffalo, Sunday night, Green Bay at Buffalo. Buffalo looking to beat the brakes off them. And then Monday night, Halloween, dude. We got the black and orange or the orange and brown or whatever you want to call it.
Battle of Ohio.
Halloween colors, Battle of Ohio, Cleveland, or Cincinnati at Cleveland, Halloween night. And Bengals are a 3.5 point favorite.
About this.
So, if you are into sports betting, if you want to talk lines, hit me up. I like to do those things on Twitter. You can find me there at Ryan's Fingers. I occasionally throw out my bets. Facebook, you know it. Message me, whatever. Keep the conversation going. I think Rico bets. I'm not sure about Cam if you're in there. But anyway, there it is. Week 8's coming up. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. Cam would rather have Justin Jefferson in fantasy the rest of the season.
He said Jamar in real life.
Yeah, you take JJ in fantasy just because he's the main number one. Jamar Chase has got to deal with Higgins and Boyd a little bit as well. Also, Jamar looked like he tweaked something a little bit down the
Yeah,
sideline,
Cam
but
Shane's all right.
shit, nothing.
He came back after
He
that.
just fine. No way Pittsburgh beats Philly. Yeah, Cam, we'll see. I said it. I willed it into existence a couple weeks ago. So there it is. You guys got a Superman cape.
Man, for sure.
Want to throw on? Bum, bum, bum.
Dang it. It looks like I'm capable
Dun,
of the
dun,
same
dun.
job.
Put the cape up.
I gotta switch my cape. Who am I caping for?
All right, I'll get it back over there in just 1 second.
It's ugly, man.
All right, dudes.
Man,
We got
you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
Who you going K for, Rye?
dun, 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 dun. Boom, Superman. Who you got? Who should I cape for? All right. Well, you know me. I'm caping for them Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett. No INTs. I called it on the show a couple weeks ago.
You on
I've
the
been
Steeler
ta-
train too, man?
I've been talking that. I ain't on no Steeler train. Well,
I'm not on the
ain't no
Steelers
train.
either.
You on a
I got
Pickett
Kenny
train.
Pickett in 2 rosters, so I do need him to do
Stop
good.
saying that. I am the train.
I got it. I got him on. I got Kenny Pickett on 2 of my rosters, so I do need him to do good. But I said it on here, so I just got to roll with what I said, man. Pittsburgh's going to roll into Philly and beat them this week, give them their first loss.
Man,
Kenny Pickett, whoever, Najee, show up, somebody, Mike Tomlin, dial it up. Philly lay an egg. I don't care how it happens. Pittsburgh, put on that cape and roll into Philly and take them down.
I definitely could see that.
You guys can cape for Jimmy G to not take a safety, throw 2 interceptions,
You know
or
what?
fumble, not turn the ball over. How about that?
I might have put my cape on for Superman himself.
Cam?
Christian McCaffrey,
No and no.
Lamar.
Yes. Bingo. Cam. Come on, man. His time's over with. He's somewhere. I don't even know.
He's selling Superman capes on the side of the highway.
Yeah, probably so. But I'm sure he made enough money to not be on the side of the highway.
Well,
But, yeah, man, Lamar Jackson has been ugly. They got an ugly win last week. Lamar Jackson only put up 10 fantasy points for me last week.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
you too, because he's
9.5.
your quarterback in the 1 league. And I have him as my quarterback in the other 2 leagues. So, yeah, I'm definitely putting on my case for Lamar Jackson. With not the real Lamar Jackson, please stand up. But just Lamar Jackson, please stand up. Get the job done, hit your passes, and just lay it back all out on the line. Just let this contract talk. I'm sure it's not weighing on you, but I don't know what the atmosphere is like in Baltimore and Baltimore radio. But I know every time I hear anything about the Ravens, they talk about Lamar and his contract and the performance and everything. So, Lamar, you know, the Bucks, you got the Bucks. The Bucks is just, their season is, matter of fact, if the Bucks got a good season, they should tank for CJ. Might as well. But, yeah, the Bucks is on treading on thin ice right now. Go ahead and just put a nail in their coffin. You know, I'm pro-time, but it is what it is. Lamar, get it done. Putting on my cape for you, Lamar Jackson. Because I know
Right
he
on,
going to put his
man.
cape on.
For sure.
But it's Brady and the Bucks.
It's going to be tough, man. I think Brady's still trying to prove a point. You know, he ain't dead yet. You got to chop the head off the snake in order for it to kill it for real. I don't think they dead yet. They still got some life in them. But,
That's barely, though.
barely. Yeah, they on life support for real.
You caping
You know?
for Kyler.
Nah, I ain't caping for Kyler.
Should.
I'm caping for Arizona, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm caping for Arizona. Pretty much. But I need for my man Marco Wilson, Buda Baker, Byron Murphy, and that secondary to go ahead and really, really put my man Kirk Cuddy to the test. You know, let him be an elite quarterback. Take him out of that tier 3, tier C, you know, lineup. 'Cause that's where
He's
he
not
is.
in a tier. He's a tier B quarterback. But
All right. To each his own. My mom from the Show Me State of Missouri, man. And before you can do anything, you got to show me first. I can't take all the hearsay, look at the record from previous, you know, beating the Packers, beating a couple of teams that really ain't no, you know, beat the Saints. Not really no
now
big
beating
wins.
the Packers means nothing. That's
They say it means
I'm
nothing,
happy
but
that
when
that's
everybody
true.
getting their turn, when you just going around $2 on it, you know what I mean? Everybody get a turn on it. So, can't put too much
You know
respect
what?
on it.
This is what I want. I don't know. You can figure out what you want to do if the Cardinals win, but for my side of the bet, I want an apology. Not to me, to Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota
To the
Vikings.
Skull Nation.
To the whole Skull Nation. Not to me. Not to me, but you. And I bet if we win, we better be at least in front of KC next week. Behind Buffalo,
What?
behind Philly. That's
Wow.
When we win the bet. When we beat the Cardinals, I need an apology to Kirk Cousins and my Skull Nation, and I need one of your top 10 power rankings.
I ain't got to worry about none of that. I'll get what I
All right,
need.
can I get an agreement? If you ain't got to worry about
Nah,
it,
I agree to it.
all right, cool.
But I ain't worried about
All right, so he can figure out what he want me to do. He could bring something out of his bag of tricks, and I could wear something silly the whole show, or whatever the case may be. But when I win this bet, that's what I want. You to apologize to my quarterback on record, so I could just run the tape and run the tape.
They win the
and
game,
run the
it's gonna
tape.
be because
But guess
of
what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run the tape. I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, Rob, run the tape. I'll apologize, Kirk Cousins.
They win this game, it's going to be solely on the defense. It ain't going to be because of their offense that's lit the lights up.
First of all, I'm trying to figure out who's gonna stop JJ. At the end, I'm trying to figure out.
Buddha back there.
Man.
All right, so you got your capes on.
Yeah, that's the bet, man.
Okay.
He's gonna be apologizing for my team.
All right, my dude. It's time for you to take it away and tell us what's going on in the NBA, man. Been a busy week. I saw John Morant clown Ben
I
Simmons.
think we about to see. We gotta get our time restraints, but I want to do something called #NBA Ballers, where we just pick out one performance throughout the week, or one player that just performed the whole week. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But NBA Ballers, it's coming soon. Local. But yeah, man. JERS Levels. Where's my graphic? Had to change some things. No, Clippers look good. Bucks look good. The Jazz was undefeated at one point, but you know they
See
I got
that a
them
little
in the
bit.
down category. It's still early. It's only been 1 week of the season. You know, Ben Simmons has fouled out 2 of his 3 games. He almost got as many fouls as points. Dallas, yeah, John Morant been going crazy. He went crazy last night with 38 along with Desmond Bain in one of the best games so far this season versus Brooklyn. But Saturday night versus the young studs, Ja didn't show up in the Luka game. But the Mavericks look like they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And if Christian Wood can stay consistent, which I feel like he might, you know, Dallas might be something, like I said, a force to be reckoned with. Philly, I switched Philly and the Clippers. The Suns, it's a couple teams that might be looking like that a little bit. Might have to show a little bit more love to Boston, but they did lose to Chicago last night. Chicago, Zach LaVine finally showed up. And I'm not really, but he missed the first 2 seasons. But I'm not really knowing what's going on with Minnesota for real. I didn't get to watch too many of their games. I seen somewhere Carl Anthony Towns said that Anthony Edwards need to stay healthy. I wasn't quite understanding why he's calling out his teammate in the media. I didn't listen to the whole thing. But I didn't get to see how Rudy Gobert and Cat plays yet. Zion looks good. He will be sitting. Zion and B.I. kind of tweak something, but they'll be sitting out their next games. You know, the Lakers, you know,
I can't believe you got them there.
What?
Ed, don't sleep and wake up.
You're right, because they should be and still have hope. And at this point, they should be laying it down the way they've been playing.
Right. That's what I figured there.
Oh, that's what you. Oh, because I tried to have some respect, thinking that they were gonna go in a little bit to the season. You know, that's why. But they was already there for the fact that they needed to wake up early. They're not there because they're slept on. They're there because they need to wake up, and they're coming into the season sleep, if that makes sense. So, but it's looking like they about to be dropping the. They might just drop to lay it down, because I guess I could put them in to still have hope. I know it's still, like I said, it's still early in the season, but the Lakers haven't won yet. 0-3. They don't know what to do with Russ. Russ can't come off the bench, but I watch people like Kawhi Leonard and John Wall come off the bench. It's an ego thing, man. It's an ego thing. And somebody like Kawhi Leonard, who's a 2-time Finals MVP, willing to come, bring me in halfway point in the second quarter and let me finish the games. Yeah, and he's still not playing every back-to-backs, but it's all good, man. It's early in the NBA.
Hey, you blow that up one more time, Ryan, just so I can see and make sure that I'm not missing something. I see him now, the grind time. I didn't see the Cavs at first. I just wanted to see, what you really think about the Cavs.
Donovan Donovan's, man, I like the Cavs, but I don't know. I can't put them. They're going to probably be in grind time the entire season.
Right.
If I'm just looking into the future, they're going to be in grind time the entire season because I'm going to never put them in unless. Nah, I'm going to never put them in a we like that because I don't think they'll be like that just because I've seen Donovan in the playoffs too. But they're a team. They're a force to be reckoned with. They're better than not to be slept on. But if you thinking this Cavs, they're building. There's something going on in Cleveland right now. So I'm happy Dan Gilbert finally built a squad post LeBron because this team is not legit, but they're a force to be reckoned with. I still don't. I don't like Phoenix for real. Cameron Payne getting a lot of minutes. Chris Paul's old.
You think they're gonna move DeAndre Ayton?
Hopefully to Chicago, because that's what a lot of the talks have been. Not just saying that because I'm a Bulls fan, but they've been doing a lot of the. That's what a lot of the talks been all season. But they got, he re-signed with them. He's not available too. A lot of players aren't available until after Christmas, January. It's early. 0-3 don't mean much. Unless you're the Lakers. Then if you're on 3 in La La Land and you're shooting 21 or 12%, yeah, you should be worried about it.
All right. Excellent stuff. Let's see. Cavs are going to be an exciting year. Looking forward to it.
It's just help with that team, but I like them, man. Cavs fans be trolling me, but Cavs fans been quiet. I don't know if Cavs fans are really Cavs fans. Are they Laker fans, Heat fans? I don't know who's a traditional Cavs fan anymore.
Cavs by way of Ohio, man. Brown fans, so you grow with LA, but I've been in LA since I was a kid. But, hey, that's just my take on it.
Always
All right.
in LA.
Okay, late edition. You guys got anything else? Anything you want to add?
Nah.
Final thoughts. We're going to get out of here.
Thanks for
being
NBA.
Thanks for
Hockey.
being patient.
I'm not.
Blue Jackets got spanked tonight. Hockey season is back underway.
But I know they just won. They just beat somebody 5-2 or 1, I think.
World Series starts Friday night. Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Houston Astros. Bryce Harper and Yordan Alvarez are the MVP favorites at plus 700. Houston is the World Series favorite at minus 193 is the series price. So just less than 2-1. So go Phillies. We don't want no cheating Astros in there.
I mean, they might not cheat this year.
So turn on It's Always Sunny and watch that episode. Go Phillies. That's all we got. I'm Ryan Dietrich. For the boys, thanks for tuning in to That's Debatable. We'll try and get our shit together for next week.
Right on.
I don't think I got no announcements.